Hey, Radiant Souls, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome for the first time. My name is Heather. I'm so delighted that you're here. I wanted to share a channeling that my team woke me up a little bit early with this week. Earlier this week. I'm still a little bit out of it because I've just come out of the channeling, but it's around karma and a very unique, somewhat goofy way to think about karma. So I would say this, if you aren't really a lighthearted kind of person, this might not be the channeling for you, but if you are, stay tuned. They're going to play a little bit in this space of exploration with us. I hope you enjoy it. I'll be back at the end to check in and share a little art that was created around this topic. Enjoy the channeling. Hello, bright and beautiful beings. We would speak to you today on the topic of karma. For many of you are spun around, turned inside out, and very conflicted and constricted about karma. Do you still have it? Do you carry it forward forever? Do you ever escape it? What purpose does it serve? We will answer those questions for you today through a somewhat silly metaphor. Consider your karma as the leftovers from an incarnation that you store in the refrigerator of your soul. We understand many spiritual teachers are not speaking of the refrigerator of your soul, but we play with you in this way to normalize esoteric topics. Imagine this. You have a lifetime in which you have chosen as a soul to learn about courage, conflict, and compassion. You come into the incarnation. You have free will as you are there to navigate through that life as you will, in addition to being within the permeability that is an incarnation where every other soul's free will is at play. And so perhaps in your soul's, this is the important part, in your soul's judgment, not the judgment of another, not something that is imposed upon you, but during your life review after that incarnation, you as a soul say, I didn't quite taste enough of the courage, the conflict, and the compassion. I think I would like to come back to them later and sample again. And so you put those leftovers in the refrigerator of your soul and store them until it feels like you want to partake of them again in another incarnation. Now, some of you may, at that point in time, choose as a soul. If you want to envision this, imagine you're on the other side. You're in heaven, you're in spirit, you're in your light body only. And although it is rare, you are having no incarnations whatsoever. But you get a little hungry for some of those lessons of courage, conflict, and compassion. And so you go to the refrigerator of your soul and you learn them there in spirit, thereby enjoying and ingesting as a soul those topics that you wish to explore. And then you have cleared your karma, for there is nothing in your fridge. In the next incarnation, you can come in fresh. Often, you keep those topics stored in the refrigerator of your soul. And so when you choose another lifetime, as a soul, it is with the knowledge that, oh yes, I have those leftovers in the fridge. And as anyone who's dealt with leftovers know, they get a little funky the more they are stored. So perhaps I should explore them in this new lifetime. And so you come into the lifetime again. Maybe you have other things that you are wishing to explore in addition to the courage, the conflict, and the compassion. Now you want to dive into love and adventure. So you focus primarily on the love and adventure in this incarnation, and then your soul gets the nudge. Oh, I need a little dash of courage, conflict, compassion. Let me go to my refrigerator. Let me dip back into that karma. And maybe in this second lifetime, I'm going to repurpose those leftovers that are stored, and I'm going to blend them in with the love and the adventure. And so when I'm on an adventure, maybe I face a conflict. When I'm in love, maybe I need deep, deep compassion. And this time, because they're leftovers, they have a little bit of a different texture, a little bit of a different taste, and they linger a little longer. So it's not karma that is inflicted upon you. It is karma, flavors, dishes that you have chosen to explore. And as they sit, as they marinate in that in-between stage, they amplify sometimes. They grow. They change a little bit in their chemical nature, just like refrigerators sitting in there in real life. So when we consider this metaphor, how do you then feel about your karma? Does it feel like something you can choose to enjoy? You can choose to consume. You can choose to sprinkle in to this lifetime. Or does it feel like something you cannot escape? I cannot escape the leftovers in the refrigerator. That's a silly thing to say, is it not? You could clear out the refrigerator. You can clear out your karma. You can repurpose those lessons, going deep into yourself and seeing what is in there. What have I stored? What have I not fully explored that I choose to as a soul? And how can I add that maybe as a side dish to this particular lifetime I'm in right now? And many of you can play with this metaphor a little bit and envision for yourselves what you have as karma or leftovers. Others may choose to work with a practitioner and examine what ingredients, what leftovers do I still have in the refrigerator of my soul. And please use that phrase and see how it is received for someone who does not understand the metaphor. We feel that would be very fun. But for those who would like to clear your karma, it does not mean you need to be in the in-between life stages. We would say, could you shift that perspective about clearing karma? For it is not bad. It is not dangerous. It need not feel heavy. And sometimes we have observed that often many of you will use karma as a construct for escapism or avoidance. I must stay in this job that I detest because it is my karma to do so. It is my karma to suffer. We do not see it as that for you. For that would be saying, I, as a soul, have specifically chosen to always suffer and never give myself an out. You always give yourselves an out. You always give yourselves an action item, but it is up to you to take it, to pursue it, to play in this canvas in which you exist with the color, with the shape, with the meaning, with the texture, and allow yourselves to experience those things that your soul chose. So if you are in a job that you feel I cannot escape, for it is my karma, what lessons are you learning there? What are you afraid of stepping out of or into for yourselves? And can you go stand in front of that refrigerator of your soul and see what leftovers are lingering in this situation that may be a little smelly? They may be a little distasteful, and can I clear them out now? Throw them in the trash if you need to, or bring them into a new dish where I flavor them to my liking. Thank you, dearest friends, for entertaining us with our silliness today as we explore this topic. May you have a wonderful and beautiful day. Be blessed, dearest friends. Welcome back. So I did give a disclaimer that that was going to be a little bit silly, a little goofy. But for me, I really like when we can take weighty, heavy topics like karma sometimes is and add a little playfulness to them. So that really suited me, and I just wanted to share it with you as well. Hopefully it landed for some of you. Let me know in the comments what you think. We all know what it's like to have leftovers in the fridge, and sometimes they stay a little longer than they should, and we just need to bring them out. Either throw them in the trash or, like they said, kind of stick them in the crock pot, make them into something else. So if you're thinking of the themes that you often explore in this life, like what keeps coming up for you, what topics, what interests, what things can't really escape the loop of your thoughts or your experiences, see what you can play around with there with karma. And if you want to partner with me and talk about it and work through it, I can pop into your timelines and look at that from a soul perspective as well. So reach out. I'd love to do a session with you. I created a little bit of art playing around with this. It's a little different from maybe what you're used to with me, but it's a little abstract piece that I'm calling a bowl full of blessings. thinking of going into the refrigerator, and what if instead of the gunky leftovers, you have the stuff that you're really excited for, because that can carry forward too as karma. So this is a bowl full of blessings, acrylic and mixed media. I'll put the link if it's anything you're interested in. I'll put it below. You can check it out in my art shop. But thanks very much for being here, tuning in. It's a really quick one today, but I didn't want to skip a week. I wanted to come and say hello. I hope you're all doing so very well, and I will see you again soon. Take care. Bye.